Hello there guys, Elita Legionarii here, and today I am bringing you a very quick 1v1 for Medieval 2 Total War. And in this build, it's a build that was invented by the SwedishLandskekt. He's been chatting to me about it quite a bit. He's made videos about his halberd builds, and I'm going to be trying it out. And I'm going to pause this because I know this build is fast as, so basically what it consists of is, this is the Middle Eastern variant, so I'm using Egypt because I think it'll probably be the most effective with Egypt. It works well with the Turks as well though. Is up front I have 5 units of halberd militia. Now they're pretty rubbish obviously, but if there's enough of them supported by the right units, the battle plan is basic. You present a very large wall of infantry units. They don't have to be very good quality. The idea is to put the quality into your cavalry, while you use your infantry to present a very sort of dense wall of men. Use some decent enough infantry behind them, so I got several Tabata rear behind them as well. I think it was 3 or 4 Tabata rear to support them. So the idea is to just create a very large, but reasonable, like it's a very defensive, but it's also not too bad attacking kind of wall. And then you use a large core of Nafatoons, at least 4, which I've got here, to make sure they don't get routed and the enemy don't get too confident. But you also have a lot of power into your cavalry, which is, you try to win the cavalry fight very quickly. So what I've got, 2 Royal Mamluks up front, 2 regular Mamluks behind, 3 regular Mamluks behind, and then each bodyguard. So it's very rush heavy. My opponent is Portugal, and his army is 2 musketeers up front, 3 puppies crossbowmen, swordsman militia, several dismounted feudal knights, Portuguese knights and dismounted conquistadors. His cavalry is male knights, Portuguese knights, conquistadors, knights Santiago. And over here he's got dismounted, same sort of variations on the other flank. So just out and out rush as much as you can. That's what I'm doing here. You want to keep a very tight sort of block-like formation, but it also needs to be controlled, otherwise it's a bit useless. You have to win the cavalry fight though, otherwise you're never going to win. Because your infantry is very, very weak, but it's also very, very numerous, and therefore presents a quality all of its own in its quantity and its density. So get into a cavalry fight here, but however I ignore several parts of it and go after his infantry because I need to help my infantry. As you can see though, the Royal Mamluk is an extremely good cavalry unit. It will do very well against this Portuguese cav. Even though Portuguese cav is very good, the Royal Mamluks will do better. So he kind of gets himself clustered here, which only helps me because I can just Nafatoon it to death. Here I sent one of my Mamluks to get onto the flank of him, and I'll repeat this charge over and over again until I destroy him. Over here, as you can see, I got a very good charge, and because I'm well upgraded, I was able to rip through him. That's the advantage. Your cavalry has a lot of upgrades, but it does require it because it has to do most of the work. But when you got your infantry supported by Nafatoons, you will find that destroying the enemy infantry is not as hard as you'd think, because you do present a very large wall of destructive forces, just holding them in place while your Nafatoons rout them, and your cavalry rout the enemy cavalry fairly quickly. But in this case I saw it necessary to assist my infantry because I wasn't too sure just how well it would last. I have played the SwedishLandskekt with him using this build, and I do know a way to counter it. But I won't get into that yet. I believe he wants to make a video about that sort of thing. And I do have the video, so I might upload it at some point, but I'll see what he wants to do with it first. As you can see, I master out my opponent on the side with Nafatoons and just weight of numbers, and constant prowling with my cavalry. Over here I do pretty much the same. I mean, Portuguese cav is very good, and it does do a very nice job of being a nuisance, but ultimately it's a very aggressive army. You have to be a rusher to use it, and I am a rusher, and it works out very nicely. And that's perhaps one of the quickest victories I've had in a long time. It's very effective, but it can be easily broken if you can target the enemy infantry with your cavalry very quickly, because it's very weak infantry really. And if you get rid of those Nafatoons, if they've got no Nafatoons, you'll find that infantry will chain rout under even standard infantry. So it's very important in this army to win the cavalry fight, to make sure your men do not get chain routed, and that's what the Nafatoons are for, to keep the enemy's morale down. So you can do this of course with the with the European nations. However, obviously you're not going to have enough Atoons, and you have to play a more defensive role, which means you will need to bring some stronger dismounted knight-like infantry, and still a very strong cavalry wing. I will connect you to the halberd video that Swedes put up concerning this. It's a very interesting strategy, and I commend him on making it, because it makes the game more varied to play, so good on him for that. As you can see, it's only an average victory, but it was very quick. So 485 and 172 of meter his 326. Big kills to the cavalry for the most part. The halberd militia, as you can see, they don't really get many kills. They don't really take them many losses though either. And what they do is just present this very large wall of men, and the Tabataria just give them that kind of fighting edge that they need. They're not going to do great themselves because they're two-handed, so they will be glitchy a bit, but you can still expect them to last a while. So the point is, you need to be very aggressive with your cavalry, and your Nafatoons will be required to do quite a bit here. In this case, they actually got quite a large number of kills by Nafatoon standards. This one getting 33, which is quite good. But they have to chain route the opponent. That's basically what it is. But the cavalry will get most of the kills, of course. But anyway, good game to my opponent there, Bartek 432655. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Be sure to check Swede's video out. I will link his channel, and I'll link the particular video as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon next time.